with me and Mulamwa, we've always been besties. Bestie. He's my friend, I'm his friend. We met long ago, Sisaizi. Yeah. So we've
Bestie
been
to what
talking.
level? You know,
What do you mean to what level?
that
You can be
that
friends.
SPM Buzz.
Hi, what's up, everyone? My name is Shiko Guitar. As you can see, yes, we are coming to you from SPM Buzz Studios, and I'm here with an amazing guest. I'm going to give her a chance to introduce herself to us. Of course, the face is not new. You have seen her pale hivyo kwenye mitandao, kwenye Instagram anatesa, ukiangalia luku pia. Jamani wewe, welcome to SPM Buzz.
Thank you very much, really. Yeah.
Maybe for someone who has not yet maybe met you or seen you, introduce yourself to them.
So, well, I go by the name Nelly the Diva. To those watching me for the first time, of course, there must always be a first timer. So, I go by the name Nelly the Diva, the African rap queen. I'm a host at Tumbili Media as well. I mean, other than music.
I hope you're not feeling like the pressure sitting on the other side.
No. I'm very much comfortable. I'm very much okay, really. Yeah, I'm that one person. If I feel something is maybe not okay, I speak out. So, yeah, so that's me. I'm an actress as well and entertainment journalist and also an entrepreneur.
Now, let's know a little bit about your name, Nelly the Diva. Okay, Nelly is probably a name in the ID.
Yeah.
So, the Diva, what inspired the name, the Diva?
Okay, I would say it's like I even never gave myself that name. I never named myself Diva. It came out, I mean, naturally from people I rolled with. All the way from high school, when I was growing up, I was just always that girl, the fine babe, bad and bougie. I was always the diva. So, they're just calling me, you're a diva, you're a diva. So, I mean, I thought it's something just like maybe you can say petty, they trying to make it big or something. But I was shocked because the more like from primary school, high school, all the way, the diva name was just coming up along. So then I couldn't deny it. So I just decided, oh yes, let me be the diva that I am. Let me not deny it. Yeah.
Now, the whole of last week and a little bit of last week, but when you're trending, you're all over social media. How was it for you?
It's like, for me, it's nothing new, honestly. And that is why I was just minding my business until now it got to be, I mean, it blew up, I mean, I thought it's something just small because I'm used to trending anyways. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. You understand? So I was like, I'm just used to these things. So, I mean, but it pushed me to actually get to speak out now because there's some comments I didn't really like. So about trending, it's something normal for someone like me. I'm in the media, I'm in the industry. So you should, okay, I'm always expecting something like that. So whether my face is out there or not, whether I'm showing in fact, when this week when I was trending, I'm still trending anyways, my face was not even there. My face came out later on. So like I'm so used to this. So I know whether my face is out there or not. In one way or the other, when it comes to that time, it will come and it will not be shocking unless unless there's something that really now needs me to speak out or to say something to the public. You understand? Like now when I needed to talk about the situation. Yeah.
Now, the situation is like this for anyone who's maybe getting to see this for the first time. Now, after Mulam Moa's show, and after stories of breakup, Mulam Moa kuachana na Ruth K and things like that, Mulam Moa posted a certain photo. And now, people are like, hizi kucha tumeziona mahali. Online DCIs did their job. We are not yet sure because Nelly pia kidogo ni kama anatuweka 50-50, hatuja confirm, but online DCIs did their job. And I'm here, we'll we are going to try our best to get the answers to this. But now you've mentioned that there were comments that didn't please you. They were not like that good for you, and that was what pushed you to actually come out and speak about it. What is that? Maybe a comment or two that you feel they were like, lazima nizungumze, lazima niongee.
Well, there was something like, okay, before all the comments and all that, because normally I'm not the one managing my accounts. I have someone managing my, my socials. It can be very stressful, that. So like, but it's not like I don't get to see what is posted out there. I get to see that, and I have the team diva. I have eyes out there. So unless I really need to see that is when they will maybe take screenshot or tell me, hey, there's something you need to look into and all that. So I did something, I went to my Instagram stories on the ask me question stuff because I wanted to actually get to engage with my fans and all that. So, part of the stories, of course, now it was all after the trending stuff, and so I was also getting questions from, about what was going on, especially with the Mulamwah'S case. So, like, I knew that would come, you understand? And of course, something that really pushed me to do that was also because of what was going on. Because I wanted to know, like, my fans and other people's, like, like, they were thinking about the situation and all that. So I went there on Ask Me a Question thing, and I got so many that I even didn't get to like the chance to post all of them. Of course, not me, so the one who manages my account. So I got, of course, to read all these things sometimes, not all of them, but some of them. I get to see them, I get to read them, but I don't really put so much energy in some stuff unless there's some that I need to put energy in. So on the Ask Me question, someone did say that I will quote that in Swahili. Someone did say, ati, wewe ndio umeharibia Ruth K nyumba. Nyumba yake. You understand? So I was like, I need to address this because it was not just one person. Because these comments, there's so much, especially on my TikTok. Not Instagram, not so much on Instagram, but on my TikTok. You understand? On the comment section. But this one now was on the Ask Me question, the one I posted out there on my Instagram stories. Because on my Instagram, I get to receive lots of love and supporters and my fans who get to listen to my music and who have known me all the way from when I was starting my music career and all that, So the ones who are now coming in is because of what's actually happening right now. So the question, just like I quoted it in Swahili. So I was like, I wanted to reply to this, and I was like, okay. Mnasema ni mimi nimeharibia Ruth K nyumba. So I was like, how is it my business? Mtu akikuja kukukatia, you understand? I mean, if you have a sweeter or sweeters, and someone comes to approach you, you understand? It's normal. I'm a fine babe. I look good, I'm pretty and all that. So how is it my business, mtu akikuja kunikatia, to start being the DCI and nianze kuangalia if he has an ex, if ameachana na bibi yake, if maybe he has a current or watu wangapi, it's none of my business. You understand? So it's
no
up
prior
to
investigations for you?
Sorry?
There are no prior investigation before you say yes to someone?
She could it's about once I've known what I want to know. Like, let's say the most important things, what are you doing with your life? It's not about like how many kids you have, how many women you have, do you have an ex, you understand? I think what matters to me is very, very different from what people think, Like, what do you do? How much is in your account? You understand? How much are you earning? Like, I mean, babe, like, what's this life without,
In an interview, I had you mention, okay, from what I got, or from what you're saying, looks like you will, in the current times that you're living in, a man will approach you while he has a wife. So that one is not about that.
Listen, that is none of my business, because just if maybe you've had the interviews I've done so far, I mentioned mapenzi Ulaya hapa kwetu ni biashara. You understand? So what I mean with that, just like I said, I don't get to date artists, I mean, they're not my type. You understand? Like, if I have a thing with you, it has to be something else.
Transactional?
Maybe. Most
Honey?
of Kenyans people, like most of not even Kenyans, but most of African men, they ain't not my type, And this is because, like, if you've seen, you're an African, you're a Kenyan, most of these people, they are not really into something serious. Let's start with that. Wakenya wengine ma players, But for me, I want that type of love. The romantic stuff, breakfast in bed, attention, everything. Sina time, yeah, I'm gonna date you, and then the next time when I turn my head like this on Instagram or on ground, or maybe you're flirting with other women, you're holding. No, that's not my thing. So if you see me having an affair with someone in Kenya, basically it's not for something serious. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Even if they insist.
There's something that you mentioned. You said maybe there's something that maybe you guys talked with Mulam Moa that we probably do not know. Allow me to ask you this question directly. First of all, you were at the Let Me Explain show, yeah?
Yes. Yes, I was.
At what time did you leave?
Oh my goodness. Really?
Just a question.
Is that really necessary? Okay. I honestly don't remember because I had I was still there rolling with my friends. I mean like Mbogi Genje and other people, Because also I did not just go there to support Mlamua because of course we know each other like personally, but I did not just go there to support him. I also went there as a host, as a presenter to Mbili Media. So
Partly at work.
yes, I was so partly at work because this is something I enjoy doing. But if I didn't want to go there partly as work also, I would just say, you know what, let me relax and enjoy the show. But also journalism is something I do with passion because I really love doing that as well. So I was like, I want to do this as much as I'm here. Let me do this because I think it's also boring to just sit there. As much as the show was very okay, very good, it was ilibamba sana. But before Mulamwa went to perform, there were also other activities, artists, performances, and all that. So I was like, during this time, I can get to do my journalism stuff out there, yeah.
But why did you mention that they are called probably something that he promised you that you do not know? You
Remember?
mentioned that, yeah, in an interview.
I mentioned that in an interview, but remember, I did not mention Mulam Moa promised me. Do you understand the difference? I never said Mulam Moa promised me. I said, if someone comes to approach you, you understand? Nobody knows out there the approach, how it was, how it went down. And also, you never know, like maybe you actually decided to get yourself into that relationship or into a certain relationship because of maybe what you've been promised, or maybe because of what you've been given.
Okay.
You understand? So just the same way I said before, like when someone approached me about umeharibia Ruth K nyumba, I said generally, like I said, mimi, it's none of my business kwenda kuangalia mtu ananikatia akona ex ama akona nani ama akona nani. It's about ni nini huyu msee ana bring to my table, and you don't get to understand what is my table. Some people's table are wapatia watoto, wale watoto, and that's their table. You understand? Maybe mine is different. You understand? What do you bring to my table?
But looks like you are communicating something. Because when you tell Kenyans that it's not your business to know whether they have an ex, a current, or whatever, given the situation, looks like you are communicating something. Today, boldly, can you look at this camera and maybe, like, tuambie this is the stand, ni hivi ndo kuko.
Anyways, if kama you guys are expecting me to say even ndio kuko, I'm going to tell you one thing. Kwa ground vitu ni? kwa ground between you different, because there was also some rumors out there that, me and Mulamwa, we are actually cloud chasing because maybe I want to release a music, I'm working on music, or maybe Mulamwa, we are working on Netflix shows or something. You understand? All this has been out there. Yeah. But what I'm going to say to that, like my comment on that has been, you guys, Shiku, you know me. You've always listened to my songs. Is there any day umeiona ati nimetokea pale na cloud chase in the name of kurelease ngoma? That has never happened. So I'm going to shut the rumors by saying that there's nothing like cloud chasing here. If I want to release my music, I will promote it in a better way than cloud chasing. You know.
So is there anything between you and Mulamwa, and apart from friendship and knowing each other?
With me and Mulamwa, we've always been besties. Bestie. He's my friend, I'm his friend. We met long ago, Sisaizi. Yeah. So
Bestie to what level?
What do you mean to what level? You can be
That's
friends with somebody, somebody like maybe has been there for you. You can be there for them, business-wise, So that is what I mean. It's not like I'm meeting Mulamwa today. It's not like we're actually getting to meet today or knowing each other. Okay. About like how it started, where we got to meet each other. Yeah. I mean, that was way back. I don't remember which year, but it was during the launch of King Kaka's show, Monkey Business show, which of course I did take part in the project of Monkey Business making, because my songs have been used in this, how do you call this? The background soundtrack, of the movie, So I've gotten to work with King Kaka. So meeting with Mulamwa, it came up during that time when we was launching the Monkey Business, So that is where we got to meet. We actually, it was a good vibe. We got to spend time together that day, and having fun and all that.
Can I ask you this? Amidst everything that is happening, the rumors, the post, everything, when was the last time you talked to Mulamwa?
No comment. Honestly, I'm not gonna talk about that. No comment on that.
Why?
Just no comment.
You're trying to add 1 + 1?
No comment. Really? I'm not gonna mention that. I think some things are better left to be unsaid or just private. Yeah.
Oh God, private. Well, sijui mbona inakaa nika interview lakini sijamaliza bado. Now let's talk about you've mentioned that Kenyan men are not your type.
Yes.
Why?
Unless they reduce actually double dealing. I would never.
Have you ever been double dealt, like you're in a relationship with someone?
Kugongewa, that's something that happens. Every time. It's like a flag. It happens every now and then in Kenya. Not just in Kenya, but I think in Africa as a whole.
So there's no possibility of you and Mulamwa having a thing like people are saying on.
How do you mean having a thing? In what terms?
Not just friends.
You mean me and Mulamwa not just becoming friends? Our relationship not just based on friendship, you mean?
Beyond.
Beyond. Yeah. It depends.
But you said Kenyan men are not your type.
I said they are not my type. It depends with what you bring to my table. Exactly. That's what I said. You understand? Okay. So, but just like I mentioned, most of Kenyan men, they want to have multiple relationships, which is not my thing. I'm a fine babe. I'm somebody who actually wants to be. If you want to be with me, you're going to be with just me alone. You understand? Me and me alone. Give me the attention, hold my hands in the mall, give me, the lovey-dovey stuff, which of course I think I really find it out there more than inside here with the white people, and out there maybe, it's, but here the kugongeana and nini is most. So if I am to have a relationship with someone here, of course, with me, if you want me for keeps for life, I'm not going to believe that. Maybe it's going to be something that, something different, not for life. But if you want me for life, it will be very hard, very difficult to convince me. You'll have to do a lot. You are gonna have to do a lot with everything before you convince me.
Allow me to ask you this. What is your ideal type of a man? How would you describe your ideal type of a man?
Yeah, that's hard to say. Hey, oh my God.
You have pictured that. That I know. I am very sure you have pictured that. How would you describe him?
Okay, I think that would just start by, let's talk of, my, how do you call this? My love language, because my love, I love gifts. That is number one thing. Because for me, I would say that the relationship whereby umenikosea nimekukosea, you understand? There are always those fights in couple fights, marriage fights, you know, hakuna kitu kama ati usilale na hiyo kitu uamke kesho ati mmefuriana. With me that is nothing. Mimi nataka umenikosea. Me, when you come back and I see, babe, I got you that car outside there. That is gonna make me so happy and forgive you.
Not flowers.
Flowers to achieve Nyuki. Even though they make me, I love roses, of course. I love red roses. But let it not just come ikiwa tu. Let it come as a package. Which, of course, this is nothing to people to people who understand, like people who love their women, people out there. Let's talk of the love yenye iko huko nje, the white guys. It's really nothing. But let me address this topic here in Kenya. It's gonna be a problem because they're gonna definitely call you a gold digger, which of course it means nothing to me. And really, sijali with that word.
Tukiwa hapo, because you mentioned if at all you find yourself in a relationship with a Kenyan man or maybe an African, then it will be a question of what are you bringing to the table. Definitely, people out there will take that take that as a you want money, you want something to.
Now listen to me, Shiku. When you get yourself into a relationship right now, the men are like, what? Or even if they don't ask you, they've already pictured, Shiku anafanya hii job, she's earning this. She already know like how she can, in case of what, she already know what you bring to the table. Yeah. You understand? So, leave a long story, Shiku. Now, any lady, most men right now, they're like, what do you bring to the table? Because with this aspect, with this thing of what you bring to the table, imefanya so many women wadharauliwe pale nje. You understand? So, unapata like men, they want to take advantage of you, because like they feel like you don't know your worth. Some men are still living in the mentality ya, wewe ukae hapo chini, ufanye nini, ukwe housewife, unizalie, ukae tu kwa nyumba, and then they can manipulate you however they want. But when you're a woman who's raised her standards so high, and you know what you want with your life, already you're in a certain level, you've stabilized yourself, even not fine, you don't really have to be financially stable, but you are doing something with your life. You understand? You are not those vienyeji or village people or something. Don't take me wrong. Okay. But I know. Don't take me wrong. But if a man comes apate, you are actually driving your own car. You understand? You are actually paying your own bills. You are managing your stuff, everything. This man, akikuja, he will be very much scared. He will be scared, number one, of losing you. Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza. Number two, like, he's gonna be scared of manipulating you. He'll be like, this is not the type of woman I'm gonna mess with. Okay. You understand? Yeah. But, asking you what you bring to the table, and you're like, me, I'm just gonna love you. Naenda kukupea love and care. I'm gonna cook for you. You mentioned that by yourself. Already is gonna view you with that, in that aspect of uyu ni housewife, just like a subject, So he will feel like I can go out there so long as I give you food and nini, you'll feel much comfortable. Don't get me wrong, I'm about to mention maybe something sensitive, but I really love this type of person I'm mentioning here, but I'm not gonna mention them. Let's talk of maybe my house manager, or maybe most of house managers. Yeah. You understand? So I figured something when I was hiring my house manager, before. Like, let's talk of last year, 2 years ago. Yeah. So during this time, I feel like My house manager, she's very much comfortable. So as long as she gets to watch a Nigerian movie, she has a TV in her room, you understand? And then with that salary, she's very much comfortable. She wakes up in the morning, she'll have bacon because the type of life I live in, like, I'm like, as much as the economy is tough and all that, but also you don't wanna, you're trying to live life. So she'll be very much comfortable with at the end of the day nitaamka nikunywe chai na mkati, bacon, nikunywe mayai or something, and nijua nitapata lunch, and then there's no so much work. I'll get to wash my clothes kwa machine and nini and everything, and then unapata there's no so much work to do because it's just me and her in the house. You understand? So there's no much to do, so utapata tu yeye tu and then I'm a very free person na kuachilia, and then also unapata she's a very young lady, you understand? So I'm like, you're almost of my age, I'll just let you do stuff, feel free, you understand? Do stuff. I don't, as long as umemaliza kazi zako, So you see, this type of person, so long as akona TV pale kwa room yake, or akisonga hivi kwa sitting room, living room apatane na wengine, she's just gonna be comfortable, akae, ni kukula na kufanya nini, na kuwatch Nigeria. Bora umempea Nigerian movies, she's okay. So this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you're getting my point. Now, these are the type of men of what you bring to the table. The moment you've mentioned this and this, she'll be like, huyu bora nimpatie watoto, anipe mapenzi, akae kwa nyumba, nioshe vyombo, and so on. That is where your comfortability is. But when a man comes to me, apart this girl, this and this and this type of things, this type of things does not interest her. He will up his game. You understand? Because there's no way I'm gonna lower my level or my standard to please any man. You understand? Yeah, so you can call it a gold digging stuff or whatever, but I don't care.
So what exactly did you mean when you said if you find yourself dating or having an affair with a Kenyan man, it all depends with what he is bringing to the table? What exactly did you mean?
While talking about this, do you know at some point, kuna time, this guy was dating me, but mimi sikukuwa ninamdate. The Willy Pose.
Yeah, I was
You
coming
understand?
there.
So, because I think it's better off, let me just clarify things here. So, in a situation where umeamka asubuhi, you are expecting breakfast in bed. And then somebody is asking you, hey, iko wapi chai? Umeamka saa hii hujaniletea chai. Enda nini chai. You understand? So it's like somebody wants to wake up as a housewife, which is not my type of thing. You understand? Okay. That is not my type of thing. So, alafu bado, if bado you guys are on talking stage, I'm not going to do wifely stuff, when I'm still a girlfriend thing, you understand? And even for you, you're not gonna get into shipoto yangu before, you approve some things. Yeah. So I'm not just gonna be there, I'm your girlfriend in the name of I'm giving you shipoto. I'm not gonna do that shit with anybody. Yeah, because for an instance, men are using women out here, and women, they do not even know they're being used. They don't even know they're getting used. You going out there unanyenyekea, somebody anakupendua left, right, center, anakufanyia kila kitu. Anakufanyia kila kitu in bed. I mean kwa kitanda, and this other side unateseka. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with such nini, I feel like ladies are being taken advantage of, and they don't know. And this type of ladies or women, they're the one hating out there. They're the ones judging out there. Hao ndo wako pale kwa comment section na uchungu. But sometimes I just view these comments and I smile. And I'm like, you know what? The day you will grow up, you will know what life means. You understand? So that is what I really mean.
SPM Buzz.